Good morning, students. Welcome to your social science class, and this is Shweta here. Children, today we are going to start with history. So let's start. Your first chapter of history is what, where, how, and when. As students, I have told you that history is about knowing our past. So, what did happen in the past? How did it happen? And when did it happen? And where did it happen? Okay, all these questions, you'll get answers of all these questions in history. So, let's begin our chapter. Children, in NCERT, almost every chapter begins with a character of a student, right? And he or she, the child, is asking a question. So let's start the reading. Rashida's question. Rashida sat reading the newspaper. Suddenly her eyes fell on a small headline, 100 years ago. How she wondered, could anyone know what had happened so many years ago? So this girl, she was reading newspaper and she saw a small headline, 100 years ago, means itne saal pehle, right? So she was wondering that how could anyone know that what had happened so many years ago. So let's start finding out what happened. Yesterday you could listen to the radio, watch television, read a newspaper, right? If you want to know about yesterday, you can see, you can watch television, you can read newspaper, you can listen to news on the radio as well, right? And last year, maybe you can ask to your parents, right, who know about it. But what about long ago? So let's find out answer for that. What can we know about the past? Right, children? What can we know about the past? Students, there are several things that we can find out about the past. What those people ate, what kind of clothes they wore, right? And what kinds of houses they live, right? We can also find out about the lives of hunters. Hunters means जो शिकार करते हैं, right? Those who kills animals for their, sometimes for their pleasure and sometimes for their need. Herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craft persons, artists, musicians, and scientists. We can know about all these persons, right? We can also find out about the games children played, the stories they heard, the plays they saw, and the songs they sang, right? Nowadays, you people mostly play games online, right? Video games like that, but at the time all these things were not there, right? So we can know by reading history that which type of games those children used to play at that time. Next is, where did people live? So where did people live at the time? Find the river Narmada on map 1. So let's come to map 1. Okay, this is a map 1. So can you see river Narmada here, children? Yes, this is a river Narmada, right? This is river Narmada. So people, they started living nearby this river Narmada. Okay, let's come back. You can see it is almost, I have written here with pencil, Madhya Pradesh, right? Okay. Find the river Narmada on map 1. People have lived along the banks of this river for several 100,000 years. स्टार्टिंग में बच्चे लोग जो थे वो नर्मदा रिवर के बैंक्स के किनारे रहे थे, राइट? सम ऑफ द अर्लीस्ट पीपल हु लिव्ड हियर वर स्किल्ड गैदरर्स, राइट? द पीपल, earliest people, okay, ancient people, they were skilled gatherers. And now the question is, what is the meaning of gatherers? Who are gatherers? So children, people who gathered their food from nature, right? They are gatherers. Okay, the people who gathered food from the nature, they are gathered. They knew about the vast wealth of plants in the surroundings, forests, and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food. They also hunted animals because they were well aware about the plants. They know that what can they eat from the nature, which type of plants or roots they can eat. They were well aware of all these things, and they hunted animals as well, right? Next we have, now find the Suleimans and Kirtha hills to the northwest. So again come to the map. You can see here hills, right? Suleiman and Kirthar hills. You can see these hills. These are located Pakistan and Afghanistan. These are located in both the places, Pakistan and Afghanistan. You can see here the boundary, right? So some of the areas where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago are located here. Okay, so children, these are the areas where people started to grow crops like wheat and barley, okay, almost 8,000 years ago. And people also began rearing animals like sheep, goat and cattle and lived in villages. And rearing animals means keeping pets, means keeping animals as their pets. So people also started to keep pets, right? And these pets included at that time sheep, goat and cattle, and lived in the villages. Next we have, locate the Garo Hills to the northeast and the Vindhyas in the central India. These were some of the other areas where agriculture developed. The places where rice was first grown are to the north of the Vindhyas. Okay, this can be a 1 marks question. Okay, that name the place where the rice was first grown. Okay, so we have to locate the Garo Hills, right? Garo Hills. Okay, you can see Garo Hills. Which place? Meghalaya. And this is the place where people started to grow rice. Okay, Vindhyas. Okay, Garo Hills. Then next we have, trace the river Indus and its tributaries. Okay, so before that the question arises, what is tributaries? Okay, so let's come to the map again.